This is a Closet Jedi here with another Star Wars action figure review. Today we'll be reviewing a Star Wars Battle Pack, Skirmish in the Senate, which is part of the Ultimate Galactic Hunt. I have another review where I pretty much just focus on the packaging, but I found these pretty cheap somewhere, so lucky me, I was able to pick up two of them. So here we go. I opened up one of them. This is a closed one. Just wanted to remind you guys what the packaging looked like. And now let's see the actual action figures, which are loose. Okay. So, first of all, this set is not my... well, let's start off with the pros. Pros. The pod, Senate pod, is neat. The fact that I was able to pick up two of them, I think is just awesome. I'm definitely a big fan of them. Let's take a look at this on the inside. Okay, you got some Star Wars writing. Kind of neat if I knew what it said. You've got 2-foot pegs inside. You've got some seats. You've got an entranceway right here. And just in general, I really like it. It's got some detailing, a yellow stripe along the bottom. I suppose these things would be sort of like suspensor tubes, some way of making this thing fly around, since in the movie you see them floating around. This is from 2006. I believe it corresponded with the Episode 3 movie, Revenge of the Sith. Okay, and that's definitely, I would say that's definitely my highlight for this one. The Senate pod. Okay. Next thing. As an army builder, the shock troopers are pretty cool. You get two of them in this pack. One of them comes with a blaster pistol. The other one comes with a rifle. They're both identical. No difference between them, but as an army builder, it's quite cool. They have a removable antenna on the back. Let's start off with the back of the figure. You've got a belt, which doesn't move at all. Okay. Red boots. You've got markings on both legs. Red markings on the arms. Looks like you have a chest plate there. And looks like the chest plate kind of has this white band here connecting it to the back. You've got the helmet in red and white with the blue markings down there, as well as the removable antenna. In terms of articulation, knees don't move, or do they? Let's double check on that. Really don't play with my action figure. Oh, okay, so they do move. It's just a little stiff because I don't play with them. Even turns completely around. You've got articulation in the ankles. Oops, antenna just fell off. Ankles rotate, and so does the leg there. Okay. Elbow moves. It looks like the wrist moves as well. Okay, so positive points of this. I'm really digging the pod, and as army builders, the shock troopers are neat. Okay, let's start off with Yoda before we get to Darth Sidious. Darth Yoda has a green lightsaber, a pretty short head. Well, Yoda's pretty short himself. You've got a removable cape, which comes off. his wrist spin around, both of them. His head spins. Oops, 360 there. In terms of his legs, his feet spin around, both of them. Nothing, no articulation in the knees, but he's such a short action figure, I guess it's not really that necessary. His legs go up and down. In terms of Darth Sidious, he's okay. A lot of these Darth Sidious Emperors, action figures, whatever you want to call them, kind of remind me of scarecrows, to be honest. This one's okay. His helmet, or his hood rather, comes off, and you can get a good look at his skull and his eyes, his head. I don't know if you can tell, but he has sort of like wrinkles there. Okay, his eyes are sort of a reddish yellow. Okay, let's go to the back. Okay, the robe pretty much prevents his legs from moving. You really can't do much with the legs, and I would say it's probably the robe that is keeping him up. See? Otherwise you probably would have just fallen straight down. The action accessory that this figure has, oh, forgot to mention his nails. They're pretty gnarly there. Some sort of paint there. Hope you can tell. His wrists do not move. The main exciting point about this one is that he has these two different force bolts which go inside. They don't really shoot out very well. There's no trigger. You just kind of have to pull it back. Let's see if I can show you guys, demonstrate. Well, this one doesn't seem to work very well at all. In fact, I'm not sure this one actually is supposed to come off. It's just kind of supposed to show that there's some sort of lightning. This one is different in terms of, oops, it has this thing here, and this one does shoot. We'll pull it back and it shoots forward, and that's it. If you're gonna pick up this particular battle pack, positives are most definitely the pod. Okay, very cool. As far as I can tell, if I could pick up about 10 of them, that would be sweet. I could show off all my senators that I have. You know, they've released quite a few of them, especially with Revenge of the Sith line, that you could do a pretty good Republic Senate diorama with them if you had enough of these and enough of the senators. So pod plus 10, absolutely. The shock troopers, they're okay as army builders. I think it's great if you can get this set as cheap as I did. I got a great deal on it. Good enough to get 2 of them. Definitely. In terms of Yoda and Darth Sidious, not a big fan of this Yoda. To be honest, not a big fan of most of the Yodas I've seen. They're either just too small, too puny. The heads, he just looks, I don't know. I don't think I've really have yet to see a really good or great Yoda. The cape is a hard plastic. It's alright, nothing amazing about it really. In terms of Darth Sidious, his head sculpt is pretty neat. Has a removable hood, which you can put on or take off. The lightning bolts are okay. Nothing amazing. I don't think that playability factor, I don't know. There's no switch. The bolts don't exactly catch. If you move the figure around with the bolts inside, it's just gonna fall off. It's not exactly gonna even fly off. And that's it. If I have to rate this The pod is a 10. I think it's great, and I'm a big fan of these kinds of furniture accessories. That you can create your own play sets. In terms of playability, it's great. Army builders, shock troopers, cool. I'd say give it about a 7.5. Yoda, I don't know. I just haven't seen a great Yoda. And Darth Sidious, he's okay. Nothing amazing. And that's it. That's been my part 2 of the Battle Pack Skirmish in the Senate review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.